Now, for my returning viewers, you know it's sequel week. But for all my new viewers, every single day this week, I'll be reviewing sequels to the movies I've previously reviewed in the previous year of my Halloween specials. And so I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions on the Friday the 13th sequels. I'm going to say this very proudly. Friday the 13th Part 5 is better than the original.
Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning.
Released in 1985, if you're still watching, we're talking Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Like I said in my intro, I have fun with this movie. Now, I'm making this very clear. This is not a great movie, but my golly, watching it tonight, I was like, I would rather rewatch this movie than rewatch the original. And the original it's the original, but I have very much said in the past, and I will say it now, the original movie is very bleh. It's very mediocre. The kills are the best part. And for this movie, the kills are probably some of the worst part because the MPAA was all like, no, Friday the 13th, we want none of your kills, but you can show all the boobs you want. If you are a fan of the Friday the 13th series, then this movie and the remake compete with each other with the most nudity because, my goodness, I did not realize that this movie was directed by a guy who recently did porn movies. Sorry, YouTube, I said the word once, don't ban me. But watching this movie today, I can say that, besides a lot of issues, this is a fun-ass movie. I think for the Halloween season, you can really just, eat candy and watch this movie. Now, of course, we'll begin with the positives, and let's start off with the characters. I think the characters all around have little standout moments and make them stand out to the previous 4 movies. Now, obviously, Tommy Jarvis is a returning character from the previous movie. He's all grown up now. I think he's 17 in this movie, and he's put inside of a home with a bunch of people that are just different, basically. And everyone just has a little character niche about them that it honestly makes every character stand out or fun. My favorite character is this hillbilly mother character who is tired of these characters having sex on her land. And when she shows up, she makes an impact of her dialogue. She's hilarious. And her stupid son is even more hilarious in my opinion. And their dynamic is just so random in a Friday movie, but it makes it funny. Then you have all of our characters inside of this home. The stuttering guy, you feel bad for him because he just wants to kiss a girl and have a girlfriend and probably have sex with her. And then that girl is very innocent but then she gets killed while her boobs are showing because of course they have to show the boobs. One girl does all the robot stuff, gets stabbed in the stomach, which again, awful kills. I'll get to the kills in the negatives. But when you also have this movie, you have full of characters, like one character who is pooping, singing to his girlfriend. I love that. I forget the actor's name. I just know him from Scooby-Doo and a bunch of other movies. But that character in this movie is a very sweet character. He's like the uncle or friend to this younger kid in this movie who is a famous child actor from another show that I don't remember, that I'm sorry about. But either way, all these characters have little niches, and they're not just there for drugs, there for sex. Even though that stuff is in this movie, these characters stand, the random scene with the 2 guys stuck on the side of the road, their little dynamic of them wearing leather and possibly being lovers, that little just conversational is fun little character pieces. It means nothing, but guess what? They get killed, and honestly, it's probably the best kill with the road flare. And then you have, one guy doing cocaine, picking up his girlfriend, who shows her boobs, saying, "It's showtime!" It's so random, but, it works in the Friday world. But obviously, to get really serious, I didn't know this. I looked up a little research. The actor who plays Tommy Jarvis in this movie spent months studying people in hospitals and homes to get inside of his character. I will say this, he is giving an actual good performance in this movie. I hate that in the third act they kind of cut away from him. They try to make him a red herring. In the third act they make him go away because they want you to think he's the killer. But, like, he's giving a really good performance, but everyone else is giving a 10 in another world. He's giving a 10 in a very serious movie, and I think it clashes. It doesn't really work in those softer moments. And again, the first half of the movie, he's the main character, but by the third act, I mean, it's Pam running around with this kid, and then he shows up in the barn with Jason, which, alright, I didn't mention, I keep saying Jason. It's not Jason Voorhees. Yes, I'm sorry to all the Jason fans. Jason Voorhees is not in this movie. It's some, spoiler alert, sorry, random paramedic guy whose son is killed because he wanted to give chocolate to a guy who was beating wood. That's a plot line in this movie. And it's stupid. It honestly makes no sense because if you look at it, this dad character who had his child in his home, whatever, never really took care of him, never really connected with him, gets killed. He's all like, I must kill everyone here. And he also has a photo of him in his wallet, and it's an updated photo of, like, the actor. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have that photo. But that's just another case for another day. Anyways, he's Jason in this movie. He's wearing a hockey mask. It's blue, not red. He doesn't have the axe thing, obviously, because he's not Jason. It is what it is, because, honestly, if you take it away, it's Jason. It's everything Jason. It does everything you would do in a Jason Voorhees movie, Friday the 13th, whatever. I will say, because it's the 5th movie and people who watched this in the 80s were like, oh, who was the killer? It's Jason Voorhees. Is he back? Whatever. It sucks that the whole movie they don't show the killer at all. And at the very end, they show him with the hockey mask. It's like, okay, so that's Jason, right? And then it turns out when they kill him, he's wearing a rubber mask under the hockey mask. I've never understood that. Why? I literally think it's because they were like, hey, Jason's kind of bald in the other movies, and people are going to be like, hey, where's Jason? We got to make him look like Jason. So they give him a fucking rubber mask to wear. It makes no sense. He's already wearing a mask. Just put the mask over him. But I guess he had hair. I don't know. It's so stupid. But again, it is what it is. And also for the biggest negatives, I kind of mentioned it before, the MPAA was really harsh in this movie. You look up like history of this movie. There's like I'm pretty sure on the Scream Factory, there's like bonus features where you can see like the grungy real kills in this movie, and like that's awesome. But like in 1985, I bet audience members were like, "What the hell, guys? All we get is nudity the whole movie," which probably did a lot well for male audiences. But for me personally, it is what it is. It's part of the universe. There's a lot of sex, whatever. I just think this movie has a ton. But honestly, though, one day, whenever I get to reviewing it, that remake has a lot. Like, I mean, the most I think I've seen in a movie. But that's another topic, another day. Anyways, Friday the 13th Part 5, the characters make this movie fun. There's ridiculous moments. There's enough slasher fun in this movie that I feel like it is a fun Halloween night movie. Is it the best one in the series? No. But is it better than, like, 3 or 4 of them? Yeah. For me personally, it's just a fun movie. It's a fun Halloween movie, and I recommend it. I'm going to give Friday the 13th Part 5 a C. I know a lot of you are going to be like, Jacob, you are so wrong, so stupid, unsubscribe, get off my viewership. I get it, honestly, but I'll say this, I mean, I think I like Part 2 and Part 4 more than this one. I definitely like the remake more than any of them. But for this movie, it's just fun. And that's, if you're wanting just a silly Friday the 13th movie, it's this movie. And then a lot of you are going to be like, well, Jacob, Friday 6 is a spoof. You're right. Well, next year, we'll talk about it, okay? So, continuing on sequel week, I hope you guys enjoyed this movie review. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.